During the Horus heresy, the Imperial Fist Legion, led by the primarch Rogal Dorn, oversaw the defense of the Imperial core. During the epic Siege of Terra, together with the White Scars and Blood Angels legions, they hold off the unending waves of chaos horrors. And the Praetorian of Terra is the first primarch of the new Horus heresy line. It is a nice premium box, but it is the smallest so far. The golden door look amazing from the outside. Time to check it out. For me, the picture with Rogal Dorn and his raised closed fist has always represented his unbreakable willpower. This pose must be the first one I try. Here, sheer willpower made of golden auramite. It is awesome, radiant in his glory, and determined and defiant look, a red cape in the wind and a colossal chainsword. Go and get him, bye. Just kidding. Let's open the box and start again from scratch. But first thing that I want to point out is that his box is the smallest one of the 3 primarchs released to this date. The Lion confirms to be the richest of the group, while Rogal Dorn must have expended everything for his golden armor apparently. But the sealed box is not easier to open than the previous ones, but at least being smaller, the strangle is limited, which is a good thing. Let's remove the different layers of protections and that's it. Lord Dorn, his weapons, and 4 alternate ends. Nothing more, not even a helmeted head. What you see is what you get. This auramite plating must be incredibly expensive to manufacture. Okay, it is a gift of the Emperor, but a helmet, please? Compare this to the 4 alternate heads of the Lion, and you see that there is some difference in preference among his sons. Let's have a closer look at our primarch. Hard look like a real indomitable warrior. I like it. The armor is all gold with many subtle shades of darker tones. There is no inking at all. Being a gift of the Emperor himself, it must have some self-cleaning capabilities too. The backpack vents, the red and blue gems and some metal inserts break the monotony. It does not look bad at all from real. The golden shading is there and gives the overall armor a nice shiny but not flat look. I personally prefer battle-worn armors, but the results seem to be perfectly fitting my expectations according to common artwork representations, a shiny, chunky golden armor. Let's focus on the head and the articulations. I like the head, even if the angular look would have been preferred, given that it looks a bit too serene for a person defending the Imperial core from warp abominations and traitors. But maybe he's just a stoic guy, so nothing can shake him. I like the armor shading, they are subtle even without any kind of inking, but it's probably a matter of taste, to have one more heavily shaded or a shiny new armor. Differently from Guilliman and the Lion, the head has a separate neck piece. It has some advantages when posing, but if you look from the top, the neck may be a bit too high from the torso, looking like floating. But it really depends on the angle. Legs are massive, with some nice red gems breaking the uniformity of gold. The 7 Legion tabard is made of soft plastic and is connected to the belt, which has a constellation of additional blue and red gems. The red cape is in soft plastic and it is glued to the armor. No easy way to detach it, but it looks great, so I personally don't feel that I will need to replace it. Despite its size, double joints and pegs provide a very good articulation. I will say the best one among the released primarchs, probably only Guilliman comes close. Those big pauldrons have the similar articulation as Guilliman and the Lion, so they are not really impeding any movement. Primarch figures are pretty good from this front. Having a figure like this able to also strike a T-pose is always a good thing. I like the mechanism JOYTOY has devised, since it allows for a big deal of movement while still being hidden from sight. In addition to his alternate hands, Dorn also comes with a chainsword and 2 grenades. Storm's Teeth is a huge blade and is said to slice enemies with ease. It is with this weapon that Dorn killed Alpharius during the Battle of Pluto, spoilers. But besides the crude details, it is as immaculate as we can get here. The Voice of Terra is the tactical bolter that was gifted to Dorn by the Adeptus Custodes. A better painted bolter rifle that, in the hand of the Primarch, looks more like a very cool automatic pistol maybe? If Dorn is not using it, then the voice can be attached to a hook near the right hip armor plate, quite handy and does not limit any articulation at all. Then we have a couple of these shiny grenades that probably will have to be wasted for just being explosive device, but life in 40k is sad, so we don't care. And there is no way to attach these grenades anywhere on this shiny golden armor. The pose that I like the most is with the challenging look. With Storm's teeth in one hand, he challenges his opponents to come forward and try their best. But we are not just limited to a static pose. Thanks to the pauldron's articulations and the lack of impediments, we can also assume some more dynamic poses. I love how the armor strikes a great balance between a bulky look and great posing options. And we can also assume some more meditative poses, pondering the situation on the battlefield and waiting for the next wave of enemies. I love how good are pauldron's articulations, so I can also strike fighting stances, for example when swinging Storm's teeth towards the enemy, of course with his stoic and defiant face, symbol of unbreakable willpower. And what about the Voice of Terra instead? Let's make him grab the weapon from the side and fire and slice like a boss. It is time now to meet his brothers. Of course, he belongs to a completely different era, but every moment is good to meet his own family for a reunion. Depending on the hip joint settings, each of these figures may look the tallest of the group, but they are pretty much balanced. I feel that Dorn is the tallest for a tiny bit because of the neck piece, but anyway, there are all minor details. They all look amazing, and JOYTOY is at its best with these Primarch figures. And after the brothers, let's compare him with the only Imperial Fist that I have currently available, Torgardon and the Heavy Intercessor from the 40k settings. And since we are doing comparisons, let's see how Rogal Dorn's golden armor compares to the other golden boys of the Emperor. Definitely there are many shades of gold, which to like is matter of tastes, but the Dorn's golden armor is shinier, which I believe to be more appropriate. So, what are you waiting for? He's the Primarch and he's a great one. Probably he lacks the charisma of the other Primarchs like Sanguinius or Ras, but he will be a stalwart defender of your shelves. Having said that, Enjoy reading the horusheresy books in his company, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe buttons. For Dorn and Terra!